You know what sound that is, folks. You betcha. It's another Noon Whistle. I'm Chris Trottier.
And I'm John Anzalone. And we welcome Nolan Shirk. Nolan, welcome.
Oh, thank you for having me on. I appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah. Are you coming to us from Bigfoot Country Club?
Yep. Currently at Bigfoot Country Club right now.
Nice. Well, Nolan, you were a 2019 grad. Is that right?
Yep, correct. 2019.
All right. Awesome. Well, we're here today to talk about your travels, where you are now, where you've been, all the exciting things and amazing things that you've done. So let's get this thing rolling.
Let's do it. Let's do it. And we promise no jokes related to Caddyshack, Bushwood, or anything related. Right?
We never slice over here at Bigfoot. Never slice.
Yeah, do you have varmints there?
No varmints. A lot of cranes, no varmints.
All right. So Nolan graduated 2019, went to UW-Madison.
Yep.
And then got your degree in
political science.
Political science. Yep. And then after that, tell us how you went from a bachelor, an alumni of UW-Madison, to being the caddy supervisor and the assistant golf pro at Bigfoot Country Club. Tell us that journey.
Yeah. So growing up, I always loved golf. My dad was the professional at Evergreen Country Club growing up. Golf was always a part of me growing up. Some of my first memories are with golf. So always loved golf and wanted to do something. Not particularly like I did not see myself as a professional, but just I needed to be doing something in the golf industry. So my first ever job, I was basically just turned 12 years old, scrawny little kid. Our neighbors worked at Bigfoot Country Club and told my dad about the opportunity about Bigfoot's caddy program. So basically started out caddying there, worked all the way through high school, decided that I don't really want to do anything else in life besides being in the golf industry. Like I went to college, I saw different internships and they just never really appeased me. I tried different paths in college, I just kept coming back to golf. So that's mainly the main reason why I'm still in golf today.
So Nolan, just to back up a minute, because there might be people listening that don't know, where is Bigfoot Country Club located?
Fontana, Wisconsin. So right Walworth, down by the Illinois border.
So let me ask you a question. This is you may not know the answer to this. Mm-hmm. If I'm a kid who's kind of tells the same story, and you kind of then decided, well, I got to go to college. I'm going to go to UW-Madison. Are there universities in the Midwest or the country that, if I'm interested in the golf industry, in a variety of different, that I could attend? Because someone told me Ferris State is one. Is that true?
Yes, I believe that's one. UW Stout, I know, used to have a program.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure on that, but I know a lot of coastal do. Like I know Coastal Carolina has one. Florida Gulf Coast has a couple. There's definitely out there where basically now that I've graduated college, I'm kind of doing what they call it a golf apprenticeship, where I'm kind of doing school along or I could have just went to college and gotten the same degrees that I'm doing now. Where it's basically just like I have a degree from Madison, and then I also get a quasi degree from the PGA.
So when you say you have an apprenticeship, what does that entail?
Basically kind of just like any other apprenticeship, or kind of like if you're going to a tech school, sort of like that, where I'm working while also doing school. So kind of just like they'll ask me questions about how we run events. Like I'll do specific events that I have to like write up reports about that I did. Kind of like I had to videotape myself giving somebody a lesson, kind of explain the process about that, kind of like working while also going through school.
You go to school for this.
I know. I missed.
Like, what's the university, the technical college of school? Like,
it's just all online through the PGA.
Okay. Got it. So there you go.
How did Bigfoot Country Club caddy program and Nolan Shirk and UW-Madison meet? Like, I'm guessing somehow there was this connection, right?
Yeah. So UW-Madison, obviously growing up in Wisconsin, is probably almost everybody's dream college to go to. I always wanted to go to Madison. I looked out of state for a couple more financially friendlier options than UW-Madison at the time. But I was lucky enough to get a scholarship at Bigfoot Country Club. It's called the Chick Evans Scholarship. It runs nationwide. It's a caddy scholarship that I was fortunate enough to get. So I got into UW-Madison and got full room and board for 4 years at UW-Madison.
That's amazing.
Now, what people don't realize, now tell me if I'm wrong, because I have a best friend who was an Evans Scholar. Mm-hmm. There's an Evans Scholar house, correct, in Madison?
Yep, in Madison. I was fortunate enough that my first year in Madison, it was brand new. So it was literally brand new. We were the first people to ever move into the house. So it was brand spanking new.
That was your house, your dorm, whatever you want to call it. Like that's where you lived.
Yeah, it was. It's in middle of frat row, so where all the fraternities and sororities are. So if you know where that is in Madison, it's there, and that's where I stayed all 4 years of college.
Someone told me.
I don't.
Someone told me where it was.
Not always. You should go. No, I was kidding.
But no, so how?
Is that amazing?
Yeah, like what types of things makes an Evans Scholar? Like, what did you have to do? What things did you have to be proficient at?
So it's built on a couple pillars, they like to call it. The first one being academics. Obviously, you have to be good enough. It's an academic and caddy scholarship, so you have to be. They're not just going to let you get in and mess around and not get good enough grades. So it's definitely academic. I had to maintain a 3.0 GPA throughout college to maintain that scholarship. Caddy record. I was definitely on the higher end. I caddied over the years just under 300 rounds. So I was definitely more on the higher end there, but strong caddy record. It is a caddy scholarship, so you do have to caddy. You're not just showing up 1 year and then applying for it. You probably won't get it then. And the main one is financial need. I mean, college prices, nowadays are getting insane with how expensive it is. I could not pay for college. I'd be having to take out a lot of loans to be able to afford college. So that definitely is a main factor for that.
Hey, Nolan, I'm trying to remember, wasn't there another, how many out of 2019? I think there was other Evans Scholars besides you, correct?
Yeah, there was one other at Elkhorn. Lily Schwank was also one.
Lily Schwank, there you go. Yeah. I was trying to, yeah, but she was a caddy. So you got to be a caddy.
Yep.
And then you got to maintain good grades. You got to meet these 4 pillars. And then you qualify for this full ride at a university that welcomes the Evans Scholar. So is Madison the only one in Wisconsin that accepts Evans Scholars?
Marquette also has a house. They're also part of the program. I'm trying to think. They just added 2 more houses. So I'm trying to think. I think there's roughly 24 across the United States. Mainly, most of the Big Ten schools. Actually, I think all of them now, besides I think the LA schools, now that they added those into the Big Ten. University of Chicago is a part of it. They just added South Carolina. Delaware is a part of it. I'm trying to think. I think Howard University is a part of it as well. So they're still continuing to expand across the United States.
Okay, so I have to ask you this question. Best and worst, you can pick either one. Caddie's story. Now, I'm guessing you didn't have to caddy for the Dalai Lama, the 12th son of the Lama.
No.
I
would say probably the worst one was on hole number 1. There's a small little creek, and one of our members put it in there. Yeah. And I was like, I was probably 14, 15. And they're like, oh, don't worry about it. I'm like, oh, no, I'm like agile enough. I can get down there and get it. So I get down there and I slip and I'm soaking wet for the entire 18 holes.
Oh. Is that right by the, right where when you come down, I'm just thinking going off of my VIP outing, where they serve the food in that kind of little.
Yeah, kind of that area down there. Yeah.
Yeah. I got it. Okay.
So my feet I was drenched in water from hip down for about 18 holes. Luckily, it was a nice summer day and hot.
Anybody laugh at you? No. Anybody laugh at you? No?
A little. A couple of the other caddies, definitely, for sure.
Okay. Best story.
Best story. I want to say it was like my 20th round at the club. And one of our members, we're walking down 18 and was like, Nolan, what's the most you've ever made caddying? And I'm like, well, it's like my 20th round. The most I've probably made was $70. He goes, oh, that's way too expensive for me. I'm like, okay, whatever. I laugh it off. We get in the golf shop and our professional at the time hands me $100 bill. And he said, that's from your member.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that was and I mean, I'm 14 years old. I mean, that's 11 years ago. I feel like I'm a millionaire at that point.
Yeah.
I got $100 bill in my pocket.
Yeah. So obviously that's a credit to the service that you gave them, but I'm guessing under those pillars, there's other things that fall in there. And what's the process like as you apply and are working towards, is there interviews you have to go through to get the scholarship? Do you have to perform some sort of caddy round with somebody?
So what we do, we do a couple meetings we have a bunch of green coats is what they call them for the WGA. We have a bunch of those. So we meet with them. A lot of those green coats are people that take the caddies a lot. So they know, like, I'll let them know saying like, hey, this one is going to be a good one for the scholarship. You apply I'm trying to think. The fall of your senior year of high school. So I applied then. And then what they do is they call it if you're a finalist for the scholarship, what they call it is a selection meeting. Mm-hmm. So I went to one of the Milwaukee clubs. I can't remember which one off the top of my head. And had to do like a full on like quasi interview kind of thing where I was up at a podium in front of like 100 different people, like of them asking me questions.
Wow. So, okay. So let's see. We got the pillars, we got the interview. So you're on here because Bigfoot Country Club is looking for caddies, correct?
Yep, that's correct. Okay.
How many openings do you have?
Technically, we don't really have like openings per se. We always look for different caddies. The caddies are independent contractors. They're not technically employees of the club. So it's not like we have 50 spots and we need 5 kids. It's any given time we'll have anywhere from 40 to 60 caddies in the program.
Oh, wow. So you're not getting a check from Bigfoot.
No,
you're basically whatever you get. Like, so the guy who gave you the 100, that was what you earned for that round.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. So when you start out, you'll start out as a B caddy after training and everything. The average pay for that is roughly, I'd say, around $60 a bag. Once you get bumped up to an A caddy, I'd say average around 80. And then honor caddies 100 plus around for pay structure, I'd say.
All right. So I know nothing about this process. What's the first thing I have to do to become a caddy? I need to do what? Call you, email you?
Yep. Contact the club on our club website. There's plenty of contact information, plenty of questions and answers on the golf section of our website. My email address is on there. Definitely email me. Training is still ongoing, so we are definitely taking more kids. Okay. Training is on weekends from 12 to 4. So we know that kids' schedules this time of year is crazy. I know spring sports are going on, so we completely understand that you're not going to be able to make every training session. So just come to as many as possible that you can make it to.
Okay, so I apply. I go to the website. I apply. I contact you. You then schedule the training, right?
Yeah. So it's just like we'll have it on Saturday. We might get 10 kids. We might get 7 kids. We might get 12 kids. It's just whoever shows up at that time. It's not like you have to sign up for it. You'll just arrive and be there.
And I don't have to know on hole 4 whether my second shot should be a 4, 6, or 9 iron. I could walk into this with no working knowledge of the game of golf.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of something. I know at least of the past 10 scholars over the past couple of years, I know 5 of them that don't golf. Okay. Like you can easily pick it up.
Doesn't it you? I mean, I would have never.
It does surprise me, but it also, I like it because it means you're looking for good people.
Yeah.
Right.
No, and that's
people that want to work and they're good people.
Yeah. A lot of our members have obviously been here for 20 plus years. So like they know where the putt's going to break. They won't like if they'll might ask you a couple times, but they know what they're doing on the course more than I do on the course. Like they know their game. So it's kind of more just carrying the bag and helping them along, cleaning balls, stuff like that, kind of just helping them along more so than, all right, well, I know he hits his 6-iron 180 yards. We're 885 from the pin. So I tell him to hit it harder, get him club up. It's not, you're not a professional tour caddy out there.
Yeah, got it. Okay, so then, and then I can basically, so, all right, I get on, I'm a caddy. Do I have the ability as an independent contractor to pick the days, hours, rounds I want?
So for the most part, especially starting out, it's weekends for the most part. Okay. I'll send out an email basically to all the kids in our program saying, hey, we'll have rounds, come at 6:30. We'll get you out by 8 o'clock and you'll be out on your day. Otherwise, like for the most part during the weekdays, it's kind of more of a request basis. But if you want to come back and try to get around during the weekday, you gladly can. I can't guarantee a round per se. Whereas like on the weekdays, it's mainly a lot of people taking carts and not walking as much. But yes, you can always come and try to get around.
Not every golfer wants a caddy.
No, not most part. A lot of the members, especially like the younger ones, just want to get out and go and play golf right away. They kind of the weekday golfer is more like getting in and out per se, like kind of later in the afternoon where they're not coming in the morning and walking.
Okay. So if I showed up on Saturday, am I pretty much guaranteed a round or no?
Yes. I would say if you show up on the weekend, on a Saturday morning, there's a 95% chance of you getting out. And if for some reason you don't get out on Saturday, come on Sunday, you'll be the first person out.
So if I want to be an Evans Scholar, is there a limit? So now here I am. We're caddying, right?
All right.
Okay, we're caddying. We've been doing this. What's if I want to qualify for free tuition, room and board at Madison or Marquette, right?
Yep.
How many years would I have to caddy? Can I do it after one and still have all the right, academics and everything? Or is it recommended to do it for a year or two?
Recommended 2 years.
Okay.
The average round count we just had 3 scholars this past year. I believe the average round count for them was 120. So they did, I think, 3 years at 40 apiece. But if you really apply yourself over the summer, I mean, I remember one of our kids last year had 85 rounds. I remember when I was caddying, I had 60 rounds in a summer. So there's rounds to be had out there.
Got it. All right.
So Nolan, are all your caddies high school or younger, or do you have people that are like, I just want to be a caddy. I'm 40 years old. It sounds like fun to do on the weekend.
Or 57.
No, we're high school age and under. We have some college caddies that were with us for a couple of years, got the scholarship and came back, or have just been with the program for 5 years that come back, but mainly just high school age and under.
All I keep thinking about when you ask those questions, not that anybody should remember this, but there was a great Seinfeld episode where Kramer wanted to be the ball boy in a tennis match where you run across and get the ball. And the theme was ball boy. And here's this 50-year-old guy diving across. I'm just thinking about you or I out there with the caddy. Yeah.
Right. So tell us a little bit about, before we got to wrap up here, a little bit about your day. Like what do your days look like in the summer as the caddy manager and the assistant golf pro?
Right now, obviously, it's a little cold out, so we don't have any golfers today per se. But during the summer, we're busy. We do about 150 rounds, I'd say, a day during the summer. So I'm out on the range helping people give lessons. I'm in the golf shop helping people buy merchandise. I'm out helping the outside staff staging carts. I'm calling caddies, texting caddies, emailing caddies because a member called me an hour ago and said, hey, I'm coming in 2 hours. I need a caddy. So kind of just make day-to-day operations of golf course, basically. Yeah.
Do you work all the time during the summer? Is it like fast break? Here we go.
Yeah. It's a marathon.
Yeah. All right. So let's just recap. So we got, so if you're interested Bigfoot Country Club's taking applications. Go to the website, sign up to be a caddy. Don't need to know anything about golf.
Yep.
You can then get a X amount of rounds. Sounds like 120 is the threshold ish, right? We want to get to that. Then you apply for the Evans Scholarship, Chick Evans Scholarship. That'll get you free tuition, room and board to multiple universities.
Yep.
So your caddy could end up being, $150K of investment.
Yeah. So one of our members, one of our green coats, he likes to say you might only if you average out your pay, if you caddy 100 times, you might only make $80 a round or whatever. But if you get the scholarship, that might be a $1,000 round every single time you go out.
Yeah. Well, at least.
Great thing.
At least.
Yeah.
I mean, Madison's 30K-ish, give or take. So 4 years of that is 120. Yeah. Well, that means to your point, if I got 120 rounds, that's $1,000 I'm getting paid each round.
Yeah.
All right, Elkhorn, let's go. You got to go to Bigfoot. Okay. Nolan, thanks for being on. John, anything else? I got one question for the both of you. We didn't talk about this before, so get ready.
All right. I just want to thank you. Say, hey, proud of you.
Yes.
Yeah, it seems like you found something you loved, and good for you.
Okay.
No, thank you. I appreciate it.
Best golf movie, go. Your favorite golf movie?
Tin Cup.
Tin Cup. John?
I got to go with Caddyshack. I said it at the beginning.
All right. I'm going to go with Happy Gilmore.
Oh.
Yeah, Happy Gilmore. Well, or is that a hockey movie? I don't know. But Happy Gilmore 2's coming out, so get ready.
Coming out in May, I think.
Get ready.
You can't go wrong with Adam Sandler.
You cannot go wrong with Adam Sandler. Good person and funny guy. All right, Nolan, thank you so much. We're proud of you. We love having the alumni on. You've done great for yourself. You made wise decisions. You worked hard to get where you're at. One little plug. We had Craig Pachetny on, the Executive Director of VIP Services, coming up here in early June. I forgot the date off the top of my head. 25 years plus they've had their golf outing done at Bigfoot. Great experience. I'll be down there as a VIP board member. Love it. Get to see you, Nolan. Always a good time. Thank you for all you do. Anything else, Nolan, for the good of the order before we get back to work?
No, that's all I got. Again, thank you guys so much for the opportunity to come on.
Yeah, you bet. All right, on that note, all right. See you, Nolan. Have a good day, buddy.